a lot of other presidents, ministers, to start Harvard.
I believe the fact that you had the possibility to study in Harvard, because as you mentioned before, it's not for everyone. Even if you have the money, you not necessarily
get accepted.
Yes, it's a little bit difficult to get in, and it's kind of very difficult even to get in.
It's less than 1% acceptance rate.
Yes, and specifically being such a young woman, it's a very, very big achievement, and it's super cool. And also interesting realization. But next, let's talk a little bit about your work, what you do now after Harvard, after everything that happened. You are a trained diplomat, and you work with top global leaders for real, like John Kerry, like Michael Pompeo, like many other personalities that everybody knows, not only us. But what is the main challenges that you meet while working with this kind of people? What is the hardest part?
So I would say what is the hardest part. I think the idea of, first of all, is to get there, to get to them. But once you got to understand how the world of politics works, how the government relation is structured, how the global scene is operating, like as you mentioned, besides the people that I've been in delegation with Ban Ki-moon, with a lot of other presidents, ministers, shook a lot of hands, had a chance to speak to many. I met Bill Gates last week, also extremely exciting opportunity for a human being. So, you need to be the person with whom people want to talk. So, especially in government relations, you cannot be, you need to be very polite, you need to be funny, you need to be easy, but at the same time you need to be smart. You need to be able to convey the message within that many minutes. And this is a skill that I've trained because I have a window to talk to a person because he's running to another meeting. It could be 30 seconds, it could be 1 minute, he might spend 10 minutes with you. You never know. You need to be able to convey the message and have the message for him. You cannot just, you can't come up and say, yes, hi, I'm this, and that, but for him it's no value. And they're being attacked by people all the time, sharing projects, ideas, but I wouldn't come to Bill Gates to ask what do you think about my startup if I had one. It's just a way, you need to ask something that the person can open up to you, and then it can open up you the whole other world. He can lead you elsewhere.
So what kind of questions should you ask? So give us an example of what you asked from Bill Gates.
With Bill Gates, I didn't ask anything. With Bill Gates, it was a social introduction. So we were in the group at COP28, and I was with my friend who actually started asking questions, and Bill Gates' assistant, she asked him not to occupy his time. So sometimes you just need to. That's exactly the example that I wanted to give you. Sometimes you don't need to impose yourself because you see that the person is not ready, for example, to discuss your clean tech startup or to discuss the idea how the politics work. We had a conversation with the vice president of the Euro Commission presenting their project at COP28, and also Bill Gates was there. So the agenda was the electricity storage, and the only thing that I mentioned that I was leading 1 gigawatt of solar, simply to introduce myself and be in part of the gathering of the group that was standing there. But I wasn't asking him any questions, so he just said okay.
That's nice. Because actually it's kind of a hard part, I believe, for any person who is into networking, is the right introduction for people who are far away from you. And there are many people who achieved crazy heights in life, and they're all in Dubai, and you get to meet them. So it's very important to understand how do you act when you meet this kind of person, what they do. So the next question would be also in this theme. What communication strategies do you use? I know that you are a part of international negotiations because you are in JAR, because you work with presidents, vice presidents, prime ministers, and is there a tactic that you can use as an instrument during this type of high C-level of negotiations that will help you to not look stupid, to present your idea more effectively, just as an instrument? Maybe something from Harvard.
No, I would just repeat myself in a way that you need to be very fast, very up to the point, and you need to know how to use your time, because everyone is running very fast in this world, trying to get to different locations. speak to different people. And when you are that, you need to know the protocol. The protocol is that you cannot really stop a person at the moment you want. You will have this particular time to speak to him about something, or have agenda, or like getting the information, and you really need to give the best of yourself. So it's very. I know that many people criticize governments, and obviously they have the whole right. We are taxpayers, maybe not in UAE, but we pay licenses, we pay for many things. So the tax-free legend is actually not very applicable in UAE. We pay a lot of hidden fees. So we do have right to criticize government, but at the same time, the people I know, they work so hard, they sleep so little. It's actually, and they have this enormous responsibility, and they report to number one in the country. So they really have a lot of pressure, and I respect that.
No, for sure, but we should respect them. It's very cool to be a decision to achieve this in life.
Yeah.
Because it's about the personality, I believe. So, also we spoke that, я хотела еще немножко, чтобы ты рассказала, давай как часть ответа про актерские навыки.
Okay. And by the way, there is another thing that I think might be helpful, acting. And when I say acting, there are different types of acting. Typical American acting skills, they actually help you a lot, because suddenly you can turn yourself on and be that person in the room who actually attracts attention and is charismatic. You need to be charismatic in your own way. So for some people, charisma is being silent and not ask that many questions. For others, it's being like vibrant, talkative, etc., etc. You need to, and you might need to learn a couple of techniques and practice them. I'll tell you something. Even our professors at Harvard, so we had like this fantastic professor, Stefan, if you watch me, like he was making our day. We would come in the room and he would like, sorry, I will make it loud. Good morning. He would really start. Do you feel the energy now?
I understand. But how can you basically not being such a, for example, emotional person to do this kind of thing? You know?
He was not emotional.
Yes, that's what
he trained it. He trained it. So he was just like other professors told us that before. He was more. He didn't have this emotional corridor. You can train that. I'm not saying that everyone should become someone else. No, you can choose something that you like, and you can be very natural. That I don't do that when I come up to a prime minister. I don't yell at him. Don't get me wrong. No, but you need to look special. You need to be special. To be
can you show
people
us
remember.
something like this?
I think I'm showing now. Yeah, well, the example is
a special trick.